Okay, so today we're going to look at the first verse in the Bible. We looked at the last verse in the Bible, and I'll try to put a link to it. And here's the first verse in the Bible. Now you may be thinking, well, that's no problem at all. It's easy. God created the heaven and the earth, right? Well, I think we need to look a little closer. Okay. All right. So here we are. This is the King James. And it says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Looks quite simple, doesn't it? Wait till we look at the Greek. Okay, here we go. So we're going to switch on over to the Greek. Here's the Greek. All right. This says in, and this is beginning without an article. So it's not the beginning. It's a beginning. And you say, well, there's no big difference. There's a huge difference. The beginning means there's only one. A beginning means there's one or more. Some of you are going to go crazy over that one. All right. Also, the word arche has two meanings. It can mean either beginning or authority. And in fact, in Greek, it means both simultaneously, most of the time. So here, it makes much more sense to take the default meaning, which is dual, both beginning and authority. So in a beginning and an authority, and then we have the verb to make, okay? And you see over here on the right, when I click on it, poeo, right? It's to make or do. And this form is makes. Now, a lot of translators will translate it in past tense, but it's not past tense. It's timeless. It's talking about the fact that God made it at some time, or does, or will. It doesn't say when. There's no time element to it. Because if you want to say he made it, you have to use the perfect. If you want to say he was making it, then you use the imperfect. But when you use this, which is called aorist, I know it's strange, you've never heard of it, it means makes. All right? And then you have the God makes. In a beginning and an authority, the God makes you say, heaven. No, not quite. Sorry. So this word means sky. Now, if we look over here, you'll see even in the Strongs they admit this, that it means the sky or sky. They shouldn't put the on it. Sky, by extension, heaven, as the abode of God. Okay? By implication, then, happiness, power, eternity, especially the gospel. How can that mean the gospel? This is how insane these translators are. No, it's sky. First and foremost, sky, unless it doesn't make sense as sky. And then you have to look at possibly heaven. All right, so let's use sky. So, in a beginning and an authority, the God makes the sky. And you say earth. No, click on it, have a look. And this is correct here. It's not always correct, but it is correct now. It says, from a primary word, soil. By extension, a region, or the solid part or the whole of the terrain globe, including the occupants in each application. Country, earth, earthly, ground, land, world. The civilized land, right? Or occupied land. All right, so soil. That's what it means. So now let's look at it, because it's about the creation. There are no people here, there are no countries, there's nothing like that. So there's no occupied land by anything. This is unoccupied earth, ground, earth, soil. In a beginning and in authority, the God makes the sky and the soil. You could say ground. This is the first verse of the Bible. When it's translated that way, then it makes much more sense in the context of creation. To put the heaven as in the place where God resides, well, it makes no sense because God already resides somewhere. Unless you're going to say, well, it's his temporary residence, within the universe. Okay, you could, but why would you get that from this passage? It doesn't say he goes to live there. It doesn't say he puts his throne there. It doesn't say anything about God residing there in this story of creation. So it has to refer to the sky. Now the sky could be the air, or it could be what's called the firmament, which is what they believed was a casing over the top of the atmosphere, on which was fixed the stars, the sun, the moon, and they ran their courses. And the stars were fixed on it. The sun ran its course on it, but the stars were fixed to it, and the whole thing moved, and they thought it was made of metal. Okay, so some of you flat earthers are going to go, it is made of metal. It is fixed on it. I've never been there. I can't say. All right, so that's what this says. The first verse in the Bible. In a beginning and an authority, the God makes the sky and the soil. There you have it.